Alright, guys. I don't know if I want to watch this. Because I'm really, really scared this is going to be the first bad movie of the Scream franchise. I've heard nothing but bad things about this movie. And I fucking called it. You guys can look back. I fucking called it that this was going to be the weakest of the franchise. Just because of the controversy and the firing of Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega not returning. They built up all these characters that actually worked, and they didn't continue. They decided, yep, let's bring back Neve Campbell, let's bring back all this nostalgia bait, which is working because this movie's making bank for its box office, the biggest box office opening for a Scream movie, which pisses me off. They're making the Stu believers think he's still alive. It's frustrating. I was open to it. Now everything I'm hearing about, everything I'm literally hearing about are the same exact worries I had for it. So, unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Let's go watch Scream 7.
Alrighty guys, we're here to see Scream 7. Honestly, I just want to see some kills, man. Just that, and maybe some stew. So, let's hope this is not as bad as people are saying. Worst third act.
Well, I gotta say, it's not the worst of the franchise. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. Until that third act. Alright, let's get into it. I gotta say, is this the worst of the franchise? No, I don't honestly know yet. Damn it, I knew I should have rewatched all the Scream movies beforehand. As of the making of this video, I did watch Scream 7 first, but the other reviews, Screams 1 through whatever, will already be on the channel. I should have watched it before I watched this, because or at least the third movie, because I remember the third is always the weakest. It's just my opinion. I still thought number 3 was a good movie. There's not been a bad movie in this franchise. And with Scream 7, I still don't think there was a bad movie in this franchise. I enjoyed it enough. It's not great. It's just legitimately like this generation's Scream 3, if that kind of makes sense. Which I kind of like that the 3 new like Scream movies are kind of reminiscent of the original 3 movies, you know? So that's kind of nice. They're like pay homage in some sort of way. If you see it like that, that's kind of unique and cool. Let's get the controversy out of the way. Does it suck that Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega did not return? Yes, it is very frustrating, and it's the reason why this movie did fail, I feel like, for the most part. However, let's say they weren't a thing, and this was a direct sequel, like fucking to Scream 4, I think this would get a lot better of reception than it has been, because people are saying this movie is like awful, like terrible, and I went in so worried that this was going to be the end of Ghostface, that I wasn't going to be interested, but it wasn't that bad. It's not as awful as people are putting it out to be, but it's not the greatest either. It is, yes, it is one of the weaker Scream movies, which I so happen to predict. But I still feel like they can do something creative, something new, because they're confirmed as like a Scream 8. Just bring fucking Stu back, please. Like, they built him up so well in this movie, and he's actually like a major plot point in this movie, which I liked how they used it personally. I think if you make him the mastermind for the next movie, Scream's back. That's all I gotta say. And make it like a good inclusion, you know what I mean? Maybe fucking Melissa Barrera can come back for the 8th movie. Probably not. And she could be like his partner in crime. I don't know. Something. Do something like that for the 8th movie. Please. But we're here to talk about this one. So, As its own standalone Scream movie, I think it's fine. As a continuation to the Carpenter sisters, a horrible, horrible continuation. The opening scene of this movie, pretty good. Pretty good. A little weaker, but pretty good. Sets you right in the tone right away. It's brutal. It's crazy. I like it personally. I don't think it's one of the worst openings ever. The characters were a little weaker. You didn't really get enough time to develop. So when people in Friends die, or Tatum's friends die, Sidney Prescott's daughter, Tatum, you don't really feel a lot, I guess. I mean, they fucking. McKenna Grace is a great actress. What? Like, they're just ripping her off. Honestly, they're marketing her because she's a big young actress name. I swear she was this movie's Jenna Ortega, pretty much. They're like, oh, young, pretty actress. Let's do it. Let's bring her in. And then they did the same shit with, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's 2. They marketed her everywhere. And she still fucking dies, like, 20 minutes in the movie. I shit you not. I didn't expect that. I thought it was going to happen, like, towards the end of the movie. But McKenna Grace's character, I'm going to put a spoiler alert beforehand. Don't worry, guys. I did not expect her to die that quick. And that brutally. That was pretty brutal. I'm not going to lie. That was kind of unexpected. That one kind of made me jump back in my seat. I was like, oh, shit. Another thing. The kills. Pretty damn good. I got to say. They're pumping it up with Ghostface. Because, Ghostface has always been, like, a killer, like a slasher film. I don't think it's all been that gory, though. However, these last few Scream movies are doing a great job with it. I still think the 6 is, like, the goriest one. But this one's a close second, I think, as of the goriest film. I think there are some awesome kills in here. There's one where this dude gets, like, fucking hung up on a bar tap thingy with a spike and, like, it, like, goes out of his mouth. That was cool. That was my favorite, I think, of all of it. I fucking loved that kill. That one actually got me hyped. I think this movie's a little bit of a mess. It's kind of all over the place. I think Neve Campbell did a really good job. She hasn't aged a day. She still has that Sidney Prescott in her that she's had 40, 30 years ago. Okay. Let's talk about the main plot point here. I'm going to get into spoilers. Not that I already haven't, but spoilers. The AI and how they commentary, or how they make, like, a commentary on that. I didn't mind it. I think it was dealt in a pretty good way. I loved seeing the original, and maybe that's like the excuse they said, fuck it, bring AI in. Just make sure that, like, the original fans, it appeals to them. So you didn't just get Stu back, you got Roman back, you got Billy Loomis's mom back, which that was a surprise. That was cool. I was like, okay. That's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. And the actors returned, but they were all AI, and they were used AI. So, overall, I think the AI plot point in here was a unique way to go to the Ghostface franchise that's already been kind of touched up on. But why wouldn't they bring Stu back for that or something like that? I don't get it. It was just a little frustrating. And by the third act, I loved what they were doing with the first half of the film and the second half. I was actually like, what the fuck are people talking about? This is actually a pretty solid Scream movie. And then that third act happens, the killer reveals, and oh my god. Oh wow. Just what a downgrade. I like the fight between Sidney and Ghostface towards the end of the movie. But no, it was cut too short. There should have been more chase sequences, I swear, because I mean the killers were just revealed and then they were just, like, killed off the next 5 minutes, and I was like, that's it? What? And it was just so disappointing who the killers were. I knew one of them. I didn't know the other one because I got spoiled. That's fucking stupid. So thank you for those Instagram posts. It was the neighbor lady. That one I got spoiled. So I already know that. I think this movie's very tense as well. I think it did a really good job putting you on the edge of your seat. I think Tatum is kind of insufferable at first, but towards the end of the movie, you feel for her. She's good. She's a good character. It's a good updated film. It kind of like that's why I liked the first half is because it, even though in the back of my head thinking like I'm like okay, this is kind of shitty that we don't get to see the Carpenter sisters story continue, but this does kind of feel like original Scream, and if they pull this off, this would be an okay sequel. Just focusing back on Neve Campbell's character, but I mean, it might as well taken the twins out, the Meek twins, because they didn't do fucking nothing in here. Basically, they were just Gale Weathers people, and towards the end of the movie, they get like stabbed and slashed, so you think they fucking die, and then towards the end of the movie, they come back, and I'm like, oh. Okay, why did you bring the Meek twins? Just why? It was so pointless, and I know it was because the other two, Melissa Barrera was fired and stuff like that. But that's why I think this movie could have worked as a standalone, like maybe a Halloween 2018 to like a Halloween 78. You know what I mean? Like it could work as that kind of film. But knowing what happened because of Scream 6 and 5, what they built up for, that's what I feel like left people disappointed. And it kind of just left a bad, sour taste in everybody's mouth, mine included. But I gotta say, for what this movie is, besides all that, it's not like an awful movie. Another killer reveal, the guy from the mental hospital, one of the workers, when he took off his mask, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I literally looked at the screen, and this is also, I don't know if it was my theater, but it's a very visibly dark film. You can't really see a lot. It's in the film in the dark a lot. But I literally look at the screen, and I'm like, who the hell is that guy? And then like 2 minutes later, when Sydney like says his name, and I'm like, oh, that, really? And it's not even like a shock value. It's not like shock value because he's like, oh my god, it was him the whole time. Clever. It's a... That's so random. How are we supposed to guess that? He was like in there for like 5 minutes of the movie beforehand, so the killers just feel so underwhelming. And I feel like if the killers were maybe a little bit stronger, like built up characters, and this AI subplot, I think this could have worked. What if like the Meek twins became the killers? And wanted to recreate, I mean, it wouldn't make sense maybe, but like something like that, like characters that are stronger. But instead, we get this random ass guy from a mental facility, and that was underwhelming. And then the third act was just really bad. So, and their acting, some of the worst in the franchise. Oh my god, is the acting atrocious. And there's good acting performances in here. I don't think it's the actors or actresses' fault, but yeah. Oof. Oof-da. Oh my god, it was so cringe. And I hate that word, but it was so cringe. It was like, if you told okay, I don't want to shit on the actors, but you guys get the point, it was very lackluster. And that's what I feel like took away from the movie. So, overall, I don't think it was awful. Is it golden TV material? No. Which is unfortunate, because I like Ghostface. It's fine. It's not the best movie of the franchise. Is it something I'll probably rewatch? Sure. I wouldn't mind watching it with like a friend or something like that. And for a 7th movie in the franchise, honestly, it's better than what it could have been. And when I hear people saying it's like the worst, and it's like so bad, like so much worse than Scream 3, I think they're overreacting just because of the controversy. Controversy aside, I don't think this was bad at all. I'm gonna give it the Bronze TV. But I have to say, if you're so pissed off about the Scream 6 situation, maybe just don't give this one a skip, or maybe watch it. Or maybe just like watch a recap or something of it, so in case if they make another movie, which they've already confirmed, continuing, like, where are they gonna go with an 8th film? Honestly, I just how they ended it, I don't know where you could go with this franchise. So I just think that that sucked. That third act was not good. Not good. Wow. That really brought the movie down. So, with that out of the way, I think it was fine overall. I just don't think it's as bad as people say. But it's not great either. I enjoyed it enough. It's just a mid-tier Scream movie. And is it the worst? I don't know yet. I gotta rewatch Scream. But it would be Scream 7 or Scream 3 at the bottom, for sure. So, anyway guys, that's it. And I'll see you in the next one.
You don't have to stay for this. It's legitimately just a bonus, but this movie did nothing for Stu believers either. It probably hyped it up even more. Watching the next one, he's gonna be the killer. I don't know. Hopefully, do something.